Hello, hello, kitchenettes, kitchen meals, and kitchen nuggets. Oh, I didn't shut my sound off. See, this is what happens when I go too crazy here. All right. Hello. Welcome to Bare Bones Kitchen. I am your culinary coach, Harmony. I already have some pork going here. I have some, I think it was a pork verde. I don't know. It was something I got at Winco. I have let it marinate for a little while with some salt and pepper and my very favorite Weber's garlic and herb. Sorry, I'm super focused right now. I also have some noodles done, just some egg noodles. And this is just going to be kind of something I'm throwing together. That's what I'm doing, just throwing it together. I also added, with my little marinade, I added a little bit of apple cider vinegar, probably, I don't know, right around 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And I did that because if you've ever had pork chops with applesauce, which is absolutely one of my personal favorites, or if you've ever cooked pork with slices of apples, the acid in the apples actually breaks down some of the connective tissue. Therefore, it makes your meat more tender. So that's why it's so delicious and yummy. I was wondering if that was you, son. Do you want to say hello to everybody?
I'm good.
Of course, you're good. As he walks away. Love it. Love it. So I did put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in here just to help kind of break down some of the connective tissue that's in the pork to make it a little bit more tender. And now I'm just kind of cooking it. I put some olive oil in my pan, in my hot pan. I started a little early because I wanted it to be done before too long because I don't like taking up a lot of your time. That's how I roll here in BBK, right? Right? Some of you that have been around a while know that. But hey, cheers. All right, who we got here? Hello, Sue. Did anybody get to catch the Golden Milk live? I know that we had some malfunctions in Facebook on Monday, but I did have Clem here with Slay and Shine, and she showed us how to make golden milk. She was a little fancier than we mostly are here. I don't have a fancy frothing machine. I just do everything in a pan. So if you were watching, awesome. If you have questions, please let me know. It is delicious. I do love some golden milk. It's a great alternative for all kinds of stuff. Tea, your cup of tea, you know, your cup of coffee. If you're trying to get away from the coffee, I don't want to make anybody upset because I know coffee is a sensitive subject for some of you. But golden milk is amazing and it tastes really good. You may not think that you would like it, but you should try it and taste it first. You adding the honey in there gives it that sweetness. The turmeric is super good for your body. Great for, I don't know if any of you caught that, but it's great for inflammation. The ginger is really good for your joints. Also good for your gut health because when you're sick, when you were a kid, for some of us older generations, your parents gave you ginger ale, right? It's because it has ginger in it. Ginger tends to calm an upset stomach. So, yeah, it was a really, really awesome live, and I'm glad that we caught it somewhere. But I have to admit that I cannot get it on my YouTube channel because I'm a tech idiot, and the only place it was at was Instagram. So there it is. If you can't catch it on Instagram or you can't follow the feed through the Facebook channel and find the Instagram, then I'm sorry you missed out. I guess you'll just have to message me and ask your questions there. All right, I'm going to turn this down a little bit more here. So I've got my pork mostly browned. That's what I'm kind of going for. We are going to make kind of a gravy to go over our noodles. So again, I had that marinating, and we're gonna add these frozen vegetables. If I can find my awesome scissors. I got scissors everywhere now. I got scissors everywhere. So I just have a California blend with some broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. Zane says, great, it's probably gonna be all carrots, Mom. He's probably not wrong though. Most of the time when we get this blend, it usually is mostly carrots. I said, it's a good thing you can pick them out, boy. I wasn't gonna do the whole bag, but I think I'm going to. So I guess this bag is just a small bag. Let's see. We got 1 pound. 1 pound of frozen vegetables. For those of you that like to measure. They've been sitting on my counter for about 10 minutes. So maybe they're not as frozen as they were, obviously, when they came out of the freezer. And honestly, you could probably just saute them up until they're warm, and that would be delicious with your noodles. But we're going to make a little bit of a gravy here, a little bit of a sauce. Feeling a little sassy. Pasta's a super go-to for me. Get this mixed up, and then we'll talk about the next thing. The next thing that I'm super excited about. All right. We'll let it do its thing. Let it make its magic. So we're going to add a little bit of better than bouillon. I added, let's see, we got right about 3 cups. Right about 3 cups with probably a tablespoon and a half-ish of this better than bouillon. If you have not tried this, you totally should, because it's amazing. You don't need nearly as much product, I guess, if you've used other things, because it's got a very rich flavor to it. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna make it a little thick by using some flour. All right, so our awesome prizes brought to us by Sassy Sissy Boutique. We have our awesome little keychain that looks a little tie-dyed, always in my opinion. You guys are probably like, you are crazy, totally cool. That's just the vibe I get, tie-dyed, very hippy-dippy, and I love it. My name's Harmony, guys. Sorry, that's how it is. So this fun little guy, plastic. If you decided to chuck it at somebody, it would just probably piss them off, but hey, that's how we're rolling. And then the awesome coaster, car coaster, slightly used because there's a little water droplet on there because I can't have nice things. Little rainbow guy. Put that in your car for any of the condensation coming off of your beverages. Hopefully they're not these beverages, because that would be illegal in this state. And I think by now most states, but I could be wrong. Because usually anything that happens in Idaho is totally down. Like, anyways, that's another discussion. So, car coaster, keychain. In order to be entered to win these awesome little prizes, you had to go onto my YouTube channel, subscribe, make sure that you comment on as many videos as you wanted to comment on. Each video that you commented on, your name got entered into the drawing, and I actually had more than one person this time. I'm so excited. So I put it in our awesome little BBK shaker cup that says Suck It Up Saturday, because why not? I'm not using it right now. I may be using it on Saturday though, because that's our next Suck It Up Saturday. Maybe I'll let that stew for a minute while I stir this. We're gonna stew and stir. Yeah. So anybody think that lives in Washington, Western Washington particularly, that we're having some super insane weather right now? Because literally, you guys, an hour ago it was snowing outside of my window. Right now, it's kind of gloomy out there, but 15 minutes ago it was sun shining. Like, the sun was shining so bright. it would have blinded you. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And fun fact on that note, Washington is one of the highest places that purchases sunglasses. Why? Because we can't handle the street glare. That's why. That's why. All right. All right, let's draw. Let's take our little drawing. And I have lots of names in there, just so you know. I already shook it up once, but I'm going to shake it up again. We're going to see who wins. All right. Who's the big winner? Jen D. Jen D. How did you do that twice? Look at you. Superstar. Superstar. Jen D did it again. Did it again. So I have to come see you out at Kippert's, out in Tumwater. Yay. Yay for Jen D. You won that awesome little coaster and the awesome little keychain. Congrats, congrats. I obviously will not see you this weekend because it is a holiday weekend, but maybe next weekend. Probably next weekend. I have a very busy schedule this weekend. Very busy. All right. Let's get a move on with this. I don't know that my veggies are quite thawed out enough yet, but I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and I'm gonna mix it up anyways because it can sit here and cook for a few minutes. It's not gonna kill anything. Not gonna kill anything. So I used a 1/4 cup, but it's less than a 1/4 cup. Doesn't matter because we're just gonna sprinkle some of this on top because what we're looking for is kind of a paste, not really a paste. We just kind of want everything coated. How about that? How about that word? We're going to use the word coated. If it wants to like do its thing here. Kind of give everything a flour coating. And what that flour is going to do is it's going to soak up any kind of fats or liquid that we have down there, which is totally fine because once we add this other liquid, it's going to make it thick. I'm going to add a little bit more though, as I'm throwing food all over the place here. Because I want it to be a little bit thicker. So we're making more of a sauce, and kind of the difference between the sauce and a gravy is really just the liquid we're using to create it. So we're not using milk or cream. We're just using the better than bouillon, which would be a base. So if you wanted to use chicken stock or beef stock or whatever, vegetable stock, whatever you're using, that's going to totally work just fine. And we're creating more of a sauce that way as opposed to a gravy. But really, the consistency, they're both freaking gravies, let's be honest. Okay, so now all of that flour has actually soaked up some of the stuff on the bottom, some of the liquid that was accumulating on the bottom, which is awesome. And we're just going to add some of this. I don't know that we'll use all 3 cups, but we'll see. Start out with a little here. I'm going to think that's going to be enough. So let's see. It was right about the 3-cup mark. I think we're going to be good with that. If it comes out a little bit too thick, you're just going to add a little bit more liquid. If it comes out a little bit too thin, give it a few minutes. Let it cook down, because when it cooks down, it's going to create more of a thickness to it because it's actually cooking your flour. So give it a moment and let it do its magic. Especially when making a gravy or a sauce. All right, I'm gonna let you guys get off of here now. I will plate this up as soon as it is done. Congratulations, Jen D. That's what happens. See, last time you won because you were the only one that even commented. This time there was lots of competition and you still won. It must just need to be your item. Must need to be your item. All right, guys. I will see you for Suck It Up Saturday on Saturday. Until then, make sure that you're subscribing, sharing, showing me the love because I appreciate it. And I will see you all on Saturday. Have a good night. Hello, Francisco.